Guys, deluded again. I thought I've spoken about these things enough. I thought I've told you guys my opinion on Maitland Niles enough. But it seems like he is polarized in opinion. Some people are rating the performance and rating those that have a footballing IQ. And some people are like, oh, they get rid of him. He's blah, blah, blah. He's this. He's nothing to write home about. He doesn't do this. Now, this just shows you what I always tell you. These football experts will tell you that all to be in a midfielder is passing and these mad things. They will show you if you're not doing it, if you can't do 1,000 kick-ups and you're not doing 1,000 40-yard goals and you're not grabbing headlines, you can't be a footballer. Consistency and competency will see players go a long way. Maitland Niles might not be anything to write home about in the sense I've just mentioned it, but what he can be is a great team player. You saw him doing numerous interceptions, regaining the play numerous times, being one of the actual creative hubs. If you actually saw it, him and Alexis were the only ones trying to get involved like that prior to Wilshere coming on. People were forgetting he regained possession. If he didn't put a foot in and regain possession, Alexis wouldn't have scored. I mean, you go and look at it. He is someone that can be. I believe he can play right back. It's not his position. He can fill in there. He's young. He needs to learn his craft. And I mean, Gerrard played right back a couple of games to get into the side. He can play that. He's got the physical capabilities to play right back, and it teaches you defensively. And that's what you've already seen it. You saw him constantly looking over his shoulder. Yes, it was so-so in the first half. He was playing on the left-hand side. It was a bit so-so. And you saw an improvement when he went into the middle of the park. I believe he can be a calm squad player for us. Like I said, he can regain possession. He can recruit possession. He can clearly play a forward pass like you saw. He can take it off. The passing range might not be the most expansive, but we need someone that can just do the basics. Get out your foot, play it first time, not being scared to play that pass rather than going backwards, regaining possession, being tactically aware. The only criticism I have of him, at one point I did see him and Iwobi walking. I was looking at them. This is not under 23 football. You will be highlighted, and like you're seeing, there's idiots that do not know football that will critique you. Like, of course, he's got a long way to go, but honestly, he could be a calm squad player. He's at the level where if we're going to just persist with these midfield options that we currently have in the side, we cannot sign someone until January. Like I brought you guys a video in April. 4-3-3 play Maitland Niles. I mean, he can't be any worse than Coquelin. Like I said, he breaks down play. He can actually play a forward pass. He's actually a decent footballer. He's someone that he does the basics correct. He's nothing to write home about in the sense that he's not going to write headlines, but you need consistent footballers. He's homegrown, he knows what it is, he's hungry. Anyone critiquing him is just doing it over the top because he didn't really do anything. At times, I do think he could watch his runners at times a bit more. But that goes more so into concentration. At times, like I said, he walked with Iwobi, so he needs to get used to it. At times, I think second half he did, but in the first half, I feel he could have been a bit braver in possession and tried to stamp his mark on it, especially when Alexis was shouting at guys. But in the second half, you saw him shouting at Alexis. It's funny how the tables turn. Sorry, guys, the best drink ever. Just had to take a break. But yeah, like, people that are getting onto him, his pass accuracy was good, a number of interceptions were good, the amount of times he regained possession and helped retain it was decent. He's not afraid to go forward, he's got an engine, he can be a decent player, and I believe he's going to have a decent career at Arsenal or not. He does the basics right. There's hella footballers that can score free kicks and do all these mad things, but what aren't they? Competent and consistent, the two very most foundation aspects you need. Let's take Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, let's use our brain. Maitland Niles and Ronaldo will not have the same career. There's levels in this for many different reasons. But what is Ronaldo at the core level? Competent and consistent. He's competent when he gets a football, but via his technical qualities and his physical qualities. He's obviously consistent because him and Messi, I can't even name all their stats. They're doing all this madness. They're doing all this madness, scoring all these mad goals and just breaking all these stats. Competency and consistency, that is it at the base roots. Before you talk about Ronaldo's free kicks and technical ability, that at the base level, the same goes for Messi, the same goes for any footballer of any ability that is playing in Premier League football and is rated to any standard. That is it. Like, stop getting onto the guys. Stop expecting players to be something they're not. If you want someone that's gonna get you to out your seats and to rant and rave, that's Reiss Nelson. Because I really hope with Arsenal, I have to be pessimistic because we do not know how to manage talent. Guys always getting injured and that. He is a talent that since Jack Wilshere we haven't seen them sort of talents come every 10 plus years. He is someone that you should put your. I'm not saying he's unhealthy. He's 17. Let him develop. But that is someone you should be looking at to write home about. That is a piano player, like I've told you in my previous vid. That is a piano player. Maitland Niles is a piano pusher. He pushed the piano for Alexis's goal. If he didn't push them pianos and win that ball, Alexis wouldn't have played the piano. You wouldn't have seen him take the ball out left, do the little dance and bend it in and make it 2-1 and we get the win. You don't see these things. Please just use logic. He will make mistakes. He will be inconsistent. He's still young. He's still trying to add these things. But so far, so good. played in his first time against it. It was a good experience because he's playing. I know it was at the Emirates, but it was almost like it was an away game. So, like I said, these young players, you can't put money on these sort of experiences. But guys, deluded again. I'm signing out. Mini rant over. Get in the comments, subscribe, and up.